We can't pass this point in the season and not speak about the two biggest guard stories in the NBA so far. The emergence of these two guys is simply amazing, and before the season began, seemed to be highly unlikely. Spencer "Great" Dinwiddie, born April 6, 1993. What he's been able to do in the absence of the team's two biggest stars is a personal blessing in disguise for him, and honestly, overdue. Dinwiddie has been a promising player in this league for a few years now. It's nice to finally see him get his just due. Another player getting his just due is DEVONTE Terrell Graham, born February 22, 1995. Now this guy, I think, took everyone by surprise by what he's been able to do so far. He looks so comfortable out there that I know Terry Rozier's name comes up in managerial meetings all the time. Graham looks like a complete point guard this season and possibly even an all-star. Let's look at a few reasons both these guys are seeing the growth spurt they are. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Spurt number 1, timely opportunity. I decided to write this story together because both these guys have seemed to be placed in similar situations where the lead point guard hasn't been able to live up to their expectations so far, and it's opened the door for them to take advantage. In Spencer's situation, Kyrie Irving missing the team's last 14 games with a shoulder injury, or whatever they want to call it, ironically gave Dinwiddie the exact opportunity Kyrie's backup Terry Rozier received last season. Speaking of Rozier, he knows exactly what it's like to be in Spencer's situation, and now Kyrie's as well. Terry hasn't been the lead guard the team expected, and it's allowed Graham to see more playing time and more attention. You can argue he would have been getting those minutes anyway, but not the attention. The way he's playing makes Rozier seem a bit expendable. Seem being a key word. If it were me, I'd keep both guys together. It's not like Terry is playing bad. He's having a career year after a slow start and getting better and better every game. He's averaging 17 points a game, 4 assists, shooting 87% from the line and 40% from 3. But as the starting point guard, a lot more is expected of you. One expectation is that the second string guy isn't playing better than you. Graham is averaging an astonishing 20 points a game, 7.6 assists, all while shooting 40, 40, and 80. He's one of only 5 players doing this season. As a second-year guy that averaged just 4 points a game last season, this is amazing. He might just be the most improved player, along with All-Star, if he continues this play, which it seems like he will. What sold me was actually the game against the Brooklyn Nets, where he completely took over in the fourth, hitting what would be the go-ahead 2 and the dagger 3 that flushed the Nets. I knew he was real at that point, and that he had a bright future. Hitting shots like that follow you your entire career. It's why Derrick Rose always has the ball in his hands at the end of games. He's hit so many big shots that you have to give him that opportunity as a team. Both guys are taking advantage of their opportunities, and it's unbelievable to see, and one of the joys of basketball. Spurt number 2, chips on shoulders. When players have an unlikely spurt, that player most times are the ones that's been counted out at some point in their career and life. It's where the game sees its best forms of passion. You feel it when Dame hits a game-winning shot. You feel it when Derrick Rose goes for 50 after being counted out due to all his injuries. You felt it when Kawhi won a championship in the faces of a franchise and cornerstone players that shitted on him in belief that he was faking his injury and tried to ship him to the furthest place from his requested destination. You also feel it when Spencer Dinwiddie has his team with a better record without Kyrie than with him. What teams have been able to do without Kyrie is another story, so let's just stay focused. DEVONTE has been counted out since his early years of playing basketball. He was the 40th ranked recruit in his class and committed to Appalachian State before getting an opportunity to go to Kansas. He went on to play 4 years there and was drafted, then traded from the Hawks to the Hornets. He wouldn't see much minutes behind Kemba Walker and future Hall of Famer Tony Parker at just 14 minutes a game last season. He worked on his game tirelessly until he was, as he said, able to make any shot that he took in practice. This piece of information was very familiar to me. As a youngin', I wouldn't leave the court at night until I felt like my shot was equivalent to feeling sharpened. Like no matter what shot I took, I could make it being wide open. Sharpen your skills and don't leave the gym until it's deadly sharp. Spencer's chip on the shoulder came in the form of him being a late bloomer and drastically under-recruited in high school. Ranked the 146th player in his class, he would choose to attend Colorado, where he would see even more setback in the form of an ACL injury he suffered as a junior. He actually left after that very year, surprisingly, and fell to the second round of the 2014 NBA draft by the Pistons. He'd spend time there, traded to the Bulls and not appear in a game for them, then signed with the Brooklyn Nets, where he's improved every year until the 2018-19 season, where he and D'Angelo Russell looked like the perfect backcourt that was taking the league by storm. DINWIDDIE averaged 16.8 that season, and when he was in, you could tell what a killer he was on the pick and roll. He was just amazing in that aspect. Coming into this season, no one expected him to even get the minutes and quality opportunities he's getting now, which gave him another reason to fight. When Kyrie went down, Spencer emerged and never looked back. He's currently averaging a career high in points, assists, minutes, and attempts. Both these guys are showing what happens when you put a basketball killer's back against the ropes. Spurt number 3, taking advantage. And the third and final spurt in both these point guards' career is that both of them are taking advantage of the chances they've been awarded this season for whatever reason. DINWIDDIE could have easily been an average backup player, and when Kyrie decided he didn't want to be a part of a losing team and sat out, when he went down with an injury, he could have had a losing record and played good enough to bad, and no one would bat an eye about it. Instead, he saw it as a chance to finally be able to play his game, which is off the pick and roll and taking all the big shots he wanted. With Tony Parker retiring, Kemba gone, and the team signing who they thought was their future point guard, Graham could have easily played the pedestrian role as everyone thought he would and be fine. Even if he averaged 13 to 14 points a game this season, people would have seen that as a great improvement from last year. The fact that he's putting up these all-star numbers and having the type of games he's having shows you that the sense of urgency is there, and he realizes this could be one of his last shots at proving himself. For both guys, both being second-round picks, who knows how many chances they would have in the future. One thing's now for sure is that with the play they've been able to put forth, the future looks nothing but bright no matter what happens when Kyrie comes back or what Rozier begins to do in the upcoming weeks of the season. Both have done more than enough to secure a long future in the NBA. All in all, you can't help but be inspired by what you're seeing from these two guys, no matter what field you're in. It shows that if you put in the work, be ready for your opportunity, which always comes when the universe sees you going hard, you'll be rewarded. Someone said something the other day that will probably stick with me forever. If you think you're going hard and you aren't seeing the results of that work, it means you aren't going hard enough. Go even harder. Both these guys are seeing the results of going hard, being ready, and a little luck. Salute to both of them. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.